Hi, how you doing? My name is Kyle Greene. I am your child's media or fine arts teacher this year. Here I am in the photography room. I will take you down and show you the other fine art and portfolio prep studio art room and a little later on the video. But for now, I just want to introduce myself and say welcome to Open House 2020. I'm going to go through a Google Classroom site for you in a few minutes to show you what that looks like. And just some other information about the class and what it would be like, what it is like to be in a art class here at GHS with me, Mr. Greene. For your child, when they're home on remote, they will probably see me like this. And when they're home, I will see them like this on a Google Meet. So it's important for them to have their screens on, especially during attendance. This is to show you how your son or daughter sees our classroom online in the Google Classroom. So first thing that they always do is they go to the Google Classroom link. Most of them keep a lot of their work stored on the Google Drive, especially for classes like photography, portfolio prep. They go to the Google Classroom and they will then see in here all of their different classes. Probably seen this before, but as a teacher side, you can now see what I see. I'll go to studio and photography, for example. So it shows what's upcoming due, and it also has a layout for the class stream. I give a weekly update here on Group 1, Group 2, and full remote students as reminders of what we should be working on for the classes in class and then at home. For at school and at home class time. As you scroll down, I have the different assignments. I have help videos for things where I find that students might be getting stuck or need help kind of step by step through different processes. Under classwork, you can see where we are as far as assignments. So as of right now, which is earlier this week, Monday, you guys will be viewing this on Thursday, but as of Monday, here are the current assignments that they have for my Photography 1 class. And then I can see, okay, photography processes series chapter 10 questions, the gelatin silver print. I can see that 35 students have turned it in, 23 students still need to complete that. But all of them have access to this and are aware of the assignments if they're showing up to the Google Classroom and to the meets daily. They should be fully aware of what their assignments are and how the class is laid out. I do grades in Google Classroom as the semester goes. And then I go and I update the eSchools Guru data program, same thing where the attendance is at. For a more up-to-date and current grading site to see where your son or daughter has everything turned in or not would actually be, for me, Google Classroom, and I'm sure most other teachers as well this year, since a lot of us are on board with the Google Classroom. This is where you'll see their most current, up-to-date, everything turned in, what's due, what's coming up. As you can see here, we due September 15th, due December 25th, due January 15th. This is a website builder they're working on, so it's not due till the end of the semester. But then, project 2, black and white photography. So when you go into the assignment, then you can then see the different attachments, like here's book readings that they might have to do. Here's the project outline. Here's a demonstration video, and then some other sheets to help them with the project. So they all have access to this, and at different parts of the class, I'll have them view either the demonstration video or have them read the assignments, whatever it might be. But here's an example of what a outline would look like for a project, and then what would be in-class handouts, but we're not doing that this year. Everything's online, virtual, obviously, to decrease contact. And then same with these readings. So instead of book readings like we would normally do, we don't do a ton of book reading in photography class, but we do highlight some things that are important. And this year we're just using pictures and online Google Docs to be able to do our readings. So that's an example of an assignment in one of my classes. Again, though, you could be in portfolio prep, studio and photography, or studio and art. I also have photography club and art club this year that are all virtual as well. So with the clubs, it's set up like the classroom, but there'll be a monthly activity. There's one meeting a month, and then there'll be a monthly activity that the kids can work on if they would like to get some extra photography and art in. And they don't have to come every month. They could come one month if they can, come another month. It's kind of based on, if they have the time and the motivation to do it. So that's that. As far as a typical class time day in one of my classes, we usually always start our class, actually not usually, we always do start our classes with everybody, including the students in school, at home, together on the classroom. So even kids here in school also get on the Google Meet, which is, the link is right here. So if I'm in, say, studio and art, you can see every class has a link here. This is what they will click at the beginning of class once their class starts. And then that's where I take attendance and check in and see how everybody's doing. And then we usually go over the assignment for the class. So for instance, and for the week, so you can see here, this is the week of September 28th through October 2nd. First, we Google Meet together, normal full day, 20, 40 minutes. Then for the remainder of the class time, we break apart. Group one will, in school, complete particular things, whatever the assignments are for the day. Group two will be working on their remote, assignments, and then full remote students have kind of a hybrid of the remote lesson and in addition to a full remote lesson as well, usually whatever the group one is doing. But every week there's an update per class on what everybody should be doing for at home or in person learning. Here we are in our studio and art class, and right now we're doing cleanup. We had just had work for about 30 or 45 minutes, and before that we had met as a group for about 20 to 40 minutes with some group activities and exercises, a little demonstration, and now you can see everybody's cleaning up and heading out to their 4 o'clock class. And just as a reminder for everyone, if you would happen to need to contact me, always feel free to email at greenek@guilderlandschools.net, and I usually do the best I can to get back to people as soon as possible. Otherwise, thank you for viewing and have a good night.